Thunderbirds are... What? It's not a Thunderbirds movie. It's a Thunderbolt. I thought the asterisk was like that they just got it wrong. They had to go for a spell check or something. No, all right. We're talking about Thunderbolts. We're talking about Thunderbolts. Asterisks. G'day, it's Adam here again with another quick instant movie review for you. So tonight we're having a chat about Thunderbolts. Asterisks. This is the 36th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the end of Phase 5, whatever that means. So, ensnarled to a death trap, an unconventional team of anti-heroes led by Yelena Belova, including Bucky Barnes, Red Guardian, Ghost, Taskmaster, and John Walker, they all embark on a dangerous mission that forces them to have to confront the darkest corners of their past, Oogie Boogie. The whole thing is directed by Jake Shiver and is, as I mentioned, the 36th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It also stars Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and obviously we've got our good old Sebastian Stan back, much to the joy of everyone. Look, this film weaves together films of the past, TV shows you haven't seen, and puts it all into a big melting pot for you to have to care about. And recently, the Marvel Cinematic Fair, I would say, has felt a little patchy. And I think all of us could probably agree with that. And a little bit like Star Wars to a point, I think, is just that we've had too much of it. And some of it not really being overly cohesive and really just feeling like a bookmark to introduce us to the next big thing and the next big thing. So it kind of feels a little bit like an episode of Neighbours or Home and Away, where you'll get the situation and then you'll hold on for a long stare, fade to black, and then you'll get a little snippet of what's going to happen next and get excited for that. So episodic, I think, is the word I'm going to use. But the interesting thing about Thunderbolts, for a film that I don't believe I really cared about, and no one, I truly believe, really cared deeply about. What it does do is it does something interesting, is that it introduces some really good story beats and some really strong characterization. And I dare say a topic which is quite forefront for a lot of young people getting lost in superhero films and this style of content at the moment. And it really comes down to mental health. So this really is a film about mental health for a lot of these characters. Sense of purpose, getting lost in the dark, pulling out from depression, stimulants for depression, compressors of depression, dealing with anxiety, dealing with a sense of purpose. We really do investigate all of these themes in here, and they extend all the way to the big nasty villain. So this film does have a few crashy-bashy bits, and it doesn't look overly colourful. It's probably one of the, I'd say, darkest Marvel films that we've seen in regards to the colour palette and tone. For the younger viewers, they might skip over some of it. It doesn't segment our viewership. If you want to go and see a superhero film, you're still going to get it with Thunderbolts, but it's just got a little bit more weight and gravitas, I suppose, than the other Marvel outings have had before in the past. So the director does a really good job, and I think because he's worked on indie projects and those that are very character-based, including Robot and Frank in 2012. So he's worked on that style of thing before. I think that's why you've got that tone. So whilst it not maybe is the most clean action film that we've seen, it's certainly one of the deeper varieties of action films that we've seen in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in regards to exploring themes that I mentioned in our title characters. So from that point of view, it was really good, and I think having Florence Pugh as the star that she is in central role, right smack bang in the center of frame where she should be, this film really does succeed on that. And you've got the wisecracks of Red Guardian. Thank you, David Harbour, for your character, which was one of the ones that I loved the most in Black Widow, to be honest with you. So he is absolutely fantastic in the role, and please keep it on going. Well, he will. That's part of what the asterisk is all about. You do need to stay for the 2 post-credits things. The first one, the second one, probably a little bit more relevant if you're wanting to see where the direction of the films are going to go next and how things are going to tie together. So you'll see it. But for me, Thunderbolts, I'd probably give a 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was a really great Marvel Cinematic film. And yeah, you know, very different to Deadpool and Wolverine, but a damn sight better than that last Captain America film. Thank God. Anyway, that is it for me for this week. I hope you enjoyed the review, and please subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your dog, tell your cat, tell your goldfish who will forget. And if you know any superheroes, please tell them and get them to subscribe and not break your phone with their super strength as they push the button to subscribe. All right, that is it from me. Have a great night. Catch you next time. Bye.